got a haircut, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure about my friends and yours and everyone here and starting my pair. Think to yourself. I'm tired of conditional love. I'm tired of convincing people to like me is I confronted my parents the other day. Um, and it went better than I thought it would be. Um, well, I got a haircut. That was nice. I got a haircut for the first time in term. You know, you don't have to. No one's gonna watch this. You know, no one's gonna watch this. And I got a haircut today, and I realised that who I am at the barber shop is usually the the quintessential facade that I try to keep on when I give out to people. And particularly the facade that I give out to the barber shop is this really hilarious and no fucks given Asian guy who can joke about anything and everything, and he raises his voice to say outlandish, wacky ass things. He might seem like he doesn't care about anything for the better, and he's fucking funny. He's fucking outlandish. He doesn't give a damn about anything, he's everything everyone would want themselves to be, and every single time I walked out of the barber shop, sure, I made everyone laugh as always. I entertain, I put on a show, I dance, I become this and that and this and that. And at the moment I walked out of the barbershop, every single time is just an utter rejected sense of complete dejectedness and tiredness. And usually stood there for about half a minute, just completely frozen, not without doing anything. And I just kind of stood there and decompressing, like after a heavy night dancing and drinking. Just had to physically decompress yourself, or else you would break. And feel like this is who I am, who I try to present myself to make myself more, let's say, more palatable, more interesting, more, hey, maybe you should be friends with this guy. The fact of the matter is that that image of myself, that facade, that mask is it's not fully a lie, because when I'm at my best, I generally can be like that. It's just that the facade I give out is usually comes from the place of fear, the place of loneliness and desperation. And the key thing in the matter is that I'm honestly so tired of I'm so tired of convincing people to like me. Called a friend the other day, and he put it very eloquently in economic terms. I am in essence a niche product, a niche business. And for a niche business, without the clientele it needs to thrive, without the market large enough to support it, then you're gonna wither. And I am in the unenviable position of having to convince people to associate with me. And so I put on a show, usually. I put on a show that I'm fun, I'm dancing, I can talk shit about Brenda from the bar. I'm this and that, and I'm essentially trying my best to become a white kid. And I really hate using that word, because the moment I use that word, I become a leftist who dives himself too hard into identity politics. But a certain part of it's true, is that I desperately try to for people to just like me for who I am. It didn't go that way, so I tend to make myself more frat broy. How about that? That's a nicer word. More frat boy. I'm not a frat bro. I can't name 2 football teams you'd tell me to. Actually, I can. The Bengals and the Browns. That's so funny. But yeah, the fact of the matter is that, yeah, I'm not a frat bro. So I try so desperately to, because, and the rightful word here is truly inner racism, is that I feel like myself to be inferior, and I desperately want that average college experience of a Saturday afternoon, go with your bros, going to a random girl's house on a Saturday afternoon, just drinking, just playing beer pong, and just essentially drinking your life away, and to be white and blonde and muscular, and just going to bars and get-togethers and things on a Saturday afternoon, and the cross of the matter is that I'm never going to experience that. I never experienced that, and I've passed the age to experience that, so I will never experience it, ever, in my lifetime. And I'm just plainly explaining the feeling that it hurts. My brain tries desperately to tell me that you're not supposed to feel hurt about it, because you yourself had such a beautiful existence. Sure, it's painful sometimes, but it's such a beautiful story. But I've just got to explain plain words that I feel without any judgment, and the keyword here is pain. It feels painful that I don't get to experience that. Because the reason why I want to experience it, because, endless pieces of media in history have romanticized that frat bro-y college life, and they essentially just market that it has to be experienced like that, and if you don't, then you didn't measure up. Conformity. Conformity, and my brain again tries to tell me that you're such a unique existence with unique stories, with the entire Polaroid wall to remind yourself of how special you are. Once again, to explain the feelings in plain words without any judgment, the feeling that engulf me right now it's again pain. Is that I loathe myself. The feeling is loathing that I was born like this. I was born in the wrong part of the world, in the wrong family, with the wrong brain, with the wrong body, with the wrong mind, with the wrong everything. So when I drive around my old college town, Oxford, Ohio, I see like 4 kids who all wearing a football jersey, white, blonde, photogenic, just walking to some place. It's a Friday, so they're walking to some place. Someone somewhere going someone sometime going somewhere. And I guess it doesn't matter, so yeah. I want to be those kids. The grass is sadly always green on the other side, and I guess I am fully aware of the fact that when they graduate, they will have to learn to be an individual, and they will have to learn to make a friend group all over again, and they will naturally gravitate towards some other people who were in fraternities, and a lot of them, and I bet probably the majority of them would struggle to find their own identity. Essentially, besides this cookie cutter personality, who am I? And I bet they do, but at the same time, however, it's the equivalent of understanding it as the concept and feeling it. Because I don't know one of them. I don't know they actually. I never seen it with my own eyes. It's like knowing. It's like knowing what life is like in North Korea. Sure, you can know it, you can see it through photography, but actually living it though. Yesterday, you will not know what actually transpired, and actually, I only wanted a Arizona tea, but at the same time, I just probably not. Do you want to go? Let's go. So yeah, I'm not sure. I confronted my parents, and they talked about his therapy, which is essentially, I know that they don't want me to be anything anymore, but between that and if that's one thing, the other thing though is to completely deny that it ever happened, and if it never happened, then why the fuck am I here? Honestly, here's the question I'd like to pose to you, my dear listener or viewer. So the fuck, no one's gonna watch this, so there's that. If you're if someone, and I'm saying the plain word right now, is gaslighting you that they never they never put pressure on you, and you sit here essentially just trying to reconcile that with your current status right now, is that you're so fucked in the mind. So right now the question is, if you actually never actually put a pressure on me, then why the fuck am I here? Honestly, why the fuck am I here? You never put pressure on me. If you never, then why the fuck am I here? Suffering. And just not even fucking living. And I question myself, I don't know. I don't know. They want me to come home. And in some general sense, my therapist said it's a tactic for them to have what is essentially home court advantage to be able to control my life. And I agree. Simultaneously, however, thinking about just going home for a few months, it feels almost radical. Because I keep having to tell myself that I have to be here because I can't leave. Because if I leave, then I can't come back because of my visa. I'm on OPT stem right now, so if I leave, then I have to renew my visa, and now I have a company here, so I can't in good conscience be able to prove that I don't have connection in the US because it's a temporary visa. And I constantly posing the conundrum that I can't leave. I honestly can't leave. So you have to make it here. As you actually think about it, the option of coming home makes some sense. And honestly, it does make some sense. It would be really radical that I will be coming home and just having a break. Because honestly, I need a break. And I keep telling myself that I haven't done anything to deserve a break. And do you have breaks? To actually, truly take a break, though, I don't think I haven't done that. It's usually some temporary thing. So yeah. I honestly don't know what I'm supposed to do. I honestly don't know what I'm supposed to do. Am I... And the thing about it, I I posed this question in therapy too, is that I honestly don't know who I'm supposed to be or what I want. Because put in therapy is that I never had a frame of reference. I never had a frame of reference to know what I want. I know what I don't want. I know very plain and clear of what I don't want. What I don't know is what I want. And just like the fraternity bros who one day wake up and realize that essentially, beside this cookie cutter personality, what do I want? What do I as an individual want? I see I never actually answered the question, not just never answered the question, but never had a frame of reference to know what even is it that I want beside my parents' expectation. Without my parents' expectation, what do you as an individual, what do you want? I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know what I want. Plain and simple. I don't know what I want. I never had a frame of reference of what's normal. I never had a frame of reference of what's supposed to be a normal human experience of, just fucking living and figuring it out instead of just feeling myself constantly. It's the failure is never gonna be enough. I never had a frame of reference, essentially. What do you want? I don't know. I honestly don't know what I want. I 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 don't know what I want. And I'm driving in the dark, figuring out what I want. Well, I know what I don't want. Is that a start? Honestly, does knowing what you don't want lead you to what knowing what you want? I know I don't want to be here. In a generally, I guess, metaphysical sense, I don't want to be here. Physically, too. I don't think I want to be here anymore. Physically, metaphysically, mentally, aesthetically. If I'm not here, then where? Then what? Then in what shape? In what timeline? How? Where? When? And those questions I grasp, I struggle. It's plain when it's simple. I don't know. I don't know how long do I have to be like this. I don't know how long do I have to keep putting on a show. I don't know how long I have to keep convincing people to like me until I can just bloom and just be whatever I will become. I don't know what I will become. As you bring the connection, essentially, what will you? If you're making a joke of essentially, where will you be when the atomic bombs fall? Like Fallout, and yeah, the joke is that you want to die anyway, but at the same time, though, at least I want to die pretty. I think we all, huh? Yeah, where will I be when the atomic bombs fall? Where will I be when the atomic bombs fall? Where will I be when the atomic bombs fall? I'm perpetually retired. I know that. And that's what I don't want. But you guys can list out the things that I don't want, I guess. I don't want to be perpetually tired. I don't want to be clueless. I don't want to be aimless. I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be weak. Physically. That's not part of your parents' choices. It's just that the baggage of yourself never gonna be enough just comes from them. The fact of the matter is that lifting is your choice, and I don't want to be weak. That's also related to the trauma of bullying. It's another story. Fuck. The phrase "I don't want to be weak" related to the bullying trauma. You see, half the time I don't know if the things that I don't want is actually me or is it because of trauma. I don't have a frame of reference to know what exactly is me. Or is it just because of a product of the environment and trauma? I don't have a frame of reference of what exactly is me. What is it that I want? What is it as an individual, stripping away all the trauma and pain and the environmental conditioning and everything too? I don't know what I want. And even the things that I say I don't want to be, I'm not sure if that is environmental conditioning or not. I just don't. I just plainly don't. And at some point, it's just too tired to second guess. So it's gotta be like this. I don't know what I saw coach message and fucking painful feeling of someone having gone out of their ways to care about you. He generally does care. I could feel that he really fucking cares and just a fucking I'm just fucking mess and I just don't fucking go to the gym and I just wasting his time and he feels like a father figure to me. He feels like a father figure that I never had. And I'm afraid to let him down. Sure, it's a working relationship, and sure, I pay him, but I generally feel him to be a father figure, and I don't want to let him down, but at the same time, I'm just really letting him down, and I'm sure he doesn't fucking care, and sometimes it's just, I don't know who he doesn't care, I don't know. I never had a good father figure in my life, and I'm fucking not on top of my actual father about that. It's a goddamn horrendous of a person. It's there, I say it. He's an absolute dog shit of a person. He beats me. Violently. And now he has the audacity to ask me, why don't I call him? And now he has the audacity to ask me why I don't call him. And I question myself whether or not I should say it to him. I question whether or not if I should actually say to his face that, how dare you have the audacity to ask why I don't call him? I only call my mom, and even then that's just out of courtesy at this point. I don't call my father. And the genuine fact here is that I'm ashamed to have him as my father. I'm ashamed to have him as my father. He was never there. I taught myself to shave. Why he gets home drunk and beat his fucking kid. I taught myself to shave. I taught myself to shave. Okay, he didn't taught me to drive. Okay, but I taught myself to shave. I guess deep down we never had a relationship. We never had an actual relationship. He was never there. And again, I guess Coach feels that deep, deep hole in my heart. And it's fucking painful. And it's fucking painful. And it's so fucking painful. So dog shit fucking painful. They snapped my laptop in half and he beat me with it. And now I'm violent with a dog. Think about that. I'm fucking violent with a dog sometimes. And after that I just cry. Because now I'm just my father. I'm just like my father. He's shit in the house. I can see he's anxious and he's scared. That's why he's shit in the house. He was house trained. It's just I just adopted him and now I left for half an hour, so right now, yeah, I'm supposed to be empathetic. But instead of lock him in the crate, they kicked it. They kicked the crate. I can see a dog shaking violently. And that image is burnt in my brain. And I guess I never actually sit down and actually process that. I'm violent with a dog now. And now I ask myself, I don't think I should have kids. I don't think I should have kids. You know what, deep down I do want kids, alright? I guess I want a daughter. How about that? I want a daughter. I want a daughter to take care of, to teach, to grow, so I can become the father that I never had. I want a daughter. That's what I want. Fuck. Okay. First fact about you as a person. First fact. I want a daughter. First true fact. Without any environmental conditioning. I want a daughter. Environmental conditioning added is that I shouldn't have a daughter. Because I might be violent to her. And I don't want that. And I painfully don't want that. I want a daughter. I want kids. I don't think I should have kids. Honestly. I guess it's a painful part is that I hate myself so much I damn myself to never have kids. Because I don't think it's the right. It's fair to her. I don't think it's fair to her. That's why I tell myself I should not have kids. I want kids. I want a wife. Or a husband. I don't fucking care at this point. I want someone to love me. I want a daughter. I want a daughter. I want a family. And that's not a frat bro thing. That's a human thing. That's the universal human thing. I want a daughter, and I'm gonna love her so much. I'm gonna love her so much. I'm gonna love her with all my heart, and I don't know how to do it. And the paper says I don't know how. That's why I tell myself that I should not have a dog. I can't take care of a dog properly. I kick the crate. I kick the crate. I kick the crate. First true fact. I want a daughter. First true fact. First true fact. I want a daughter. First true fact. First true fact. I want a daughter. I'm going to love her so much. But I honestly don't know how. And honestly don't know how. I want kids. I really want kids. but I honestly don't know how. I'm just gonna fucking hell. Go, come on. That's all.